Good afternoon. Just got in. I got my 20 in, so I got 4 more I could go do, but that would just put me real light for tomorrow, which I don't mind doing once in a while. I wouldn't mind having a light day, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it, I guess, for the day, and let you know about a couple things that came up, a couple accidents, and how I try to avoid those on the regular. And the way I do try to avoid it is to put in procedural, in my procedures. A lot of people say haste makes waste. Yeah, it does, but if you factored it in ahead of time, you can, oops, I'm trying to get used to this gimbal, not the gimbal, it's for video. It holds it steady, so hopefully I can give you a better video. Wait a minute. Whoa. Thing is kind of crazy. But anyway, yeah, okay, so the way that I try to prevent accidents is with the procedures that don't allow for it. Like, a simple example would be I never would set my phone down on the bed of the truck. I would never set my phone down on the hood of the truck, things like that. Then if you have that as a standard procedure, operating procedure, then you'll never have a consequence of forgetting that your phone is on the bed, taken off, and it's lost. You know what I'm saying? So the first one that happened to me today was along those lines. I've told myself a million times to never reset my rig. Only do 2 rigs, or don't be bouncing back and forth. And what happened was I took and had a string trimmer and edger on that mower on that truck and one on this one. The problem is that what happened today is a piece of twine got wrapped in the edger, and it basically put it out of functioning. And normally I have that second edger in behind the truck, so there needs to be 2 edger attachments per truck, 2 string trimmer attachments per truck, extra line, actually 2 string trimmers per truck, because every time I try to jump from truck to truck and move the stuff, 1, I'm wearing myself out, and 2, I'll usually get wore out where I'll not put everything in. I mean, when you're talking about your books, your paperwork, your drinks, your phone, your chargers, it's too much to try to juggle trucks. Each truck has to be fully situated and ready to go. That's my opinion, and I paid the price today because then I got to go back on that route, and take time away from tomorrow's route to finish up some stuff that didn't get done because that edger was jammed up. So that was one. Then the next one was my mower slid in and hit a fence. Okay, well, the reason that happened was I tried to run with a little bit more air pressure. I'm at 4 psi, and that may not sound like a lot, but this is a big wide tire. Okay, so that's a lot of surface area to express 4 psi. I've been running them at 3 or just under 3, and I need to go back to that because you can see that they're not mushrooming. That 1 psi, and I was stuck in there, in which I couldn't do nothing about it because I didn't have any gauges so that I could bring my pressures back down. So that's another thing that I need to get put into the process scenario, is always have these low pressure gauges, which if you've been around a while, you'll know it's hard to find low pressure gauges. And it's also hard to find low pressure gauges that work reliably, that can differentiate between 2 psi, 3 psi, and 4 psi. That range is really tricky to deal with. And as far as airing inflation, I've been using these digital ones, but that helps you when it's here and you're airing up. But I guess you could take this with you to scrub air off when you're overinflated, but I didn't have it. And as such, so I can avoid that, because what I was doing was I was going down a slope, and there was pine needles, and then there was a fence and at the bottom. And normally I have no problem. You know, this thing normally hooks like crazy with the lower pressure and the bigger tires, the 15-inch tall on the fronts and the 26s on the back. With the lower pressure, usually it's hooking on, even on sugar sand. Of course, some stuff, it doesn't matter. I mean, then after I left that lawn, I got on another lawn, and there was a China berry tree that just dropped a bunch of the berries, and it was just like freaking ice. I thought I lost a hydro belt or something, because I was just not getting anything from the input from the sticks. But anyway, that was the second one, and I thought there was another one, but I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. We all, you know, get out there, and in the heat and everything, we just gotta work our way through whatever circumstance we're in as best we can, you know. And a lot of people probably, if they saw me on the day-to-day, would be critical and say, well, you're just so hasty that you're creating a lot of your problems. But I'm not. Most of the time, the processes that I have in place prevent any negative consequence to being fast. And that's what I want, because the only thing I have to monetize and sell is my time, you know. So I'm not an advocate of these, you know, and that's part of the reason I can't ever deal with having a crew, you know, until they find a cure for lethargy. I'm not, you know, I've tried to be in businesses where I had to try to import my will into somebody else, and it just doesn't work. The only reason this mower trailer setup, I'm not going to do that. I mean, you see me do the small stuff, pulling with the Geo Metro and all that, and that's where I'm going to stay. I don't need this for crew. You know, if I had a crew, maybe, or if my son wanted to go mow, then maybe once on the occasion, I'd put 2 mowers in there and go do that. The reason it's set up now is because I was moving a chicken coop, so that one that's on that trailer. So with the hitch on the back of, whoops, losing control of this video equipment here. But anyway, but it should be giving you a steadier video. So yeah, as such, I had that hitch on this one, because this is my heavy machine. And see, there's the edger attachment I needed. That would have been my backup, and I didn't have it. But anyway, back to the hitch there, I had hooked to the little trailer down there, and where I was getting the chicken coop, you know, I needed to be on the mower with that little trailer to get back in there to get it, you know. And then I just drove the mower and the little trailer up into the big trailer to bring it home. All right, I'm going to get back to work. Y'all have a good day.